Hello everyone and welcome back to Lucky15, where I'll be giving you my EachWay Lucky15 predictions for tomorrow's horse race in action. As usual here on the channel. Unfortunately today we didn't have a great day, in fact, because over half our selections were at Ayr. We had 3 out of our 4 selections that were meant to be running today at Ayr, but unfortunately it was cancelled due to a waterlogged course, and it has also been cancelled for tomorrow's horse racing as well. So that's a real big disappointment there, because on Saturday you've got the William Hill Gold Cup, which will be an interesting race, and hopefully the weather won't affect it for Saturday, and hopefully they can resume racing there on Saturday. But like I said, 3 out of our 4 selections obviously didn't run today. And then the only selection that did run for us was that Pontefract in the 325. It was Save the Bees for Declan O'Carroll. It was actually an okay performance in the end. It didn't place, unfortunately, finishing in 4th place, but it was kind of the typical Save the Bees performance. Always wore its heart on its sleeve, put in a solid enough effort. It didn't quite make all the run in today. It was kind of joined for the lead earlier on, and I thought that probably went against it slightly, as Save the Bees tends to like his own way in front, but he gave it his all, trying to do okay in the race, and in the end he finished in 4th place. And maybe he's been found out by the handicapper now, because he is getting on a little bit, but he's always a reliable horse, and who knows, you never know, he might have a couple of victories still in his locker for future races. So it'd be interesting to see how he continues, and maybe if they decide to race him again this year. So one to still keep an eye on. But that's how today's selections ran, so it was quite a short summary there. I'm going to be making some predictions for tomorrow, as usual here, in the format of an EachWay Lucky15 bet. Like I've already said, Ayr is abandoned tomorrow, so we've still got a few good horse racing meetings. So we've got a good one at Newbury that we're going to be looking at, and also the Friday nights at Dundalk are back, as they like to call it, Fundalk. I love watching Dundalk. It's always good fun racing. Normally you often get a lot of surprise winners and a lot of unexpected winners as well, and you also get a lot of course specialists at Dundalk, and that's, I think, we'll be touching on a bit towards the end of this video, because we have selected a horse for Dundalk, so listen to our selection there. But we're going to be starting off tomorrow at Newbury in the 255, and the horse that we're going to start with tomorrow is a horse called Temple Church, currently around 9-2 at bookmakers at the moment, trained by Hughie Morrison, and James Doyle will be taking the ride tomorrow. Now, this horse hasn't had the greatest time recently, but tomorrow is going to be going up in trip, which definitely could suggest to help this horse, as it has been running on well of late, but leaving it all towards the end, and it probably seems that this horse is crying out for a bit longer in trip, so it'll be going up in trip tomorrow. There's also no concern really that it should get the trip, because it's got plenty of stamina and its pedigree, and it should run a good race. I believe it's related to a 2-mile winner and a 1-mile 2 furlongs horse, so there's definitely promise in its pedigree, and hopefully it should kick on. Also as well, Hugh Morrison tends to be a bit of a master tactician at these kind of distances, the longer distances on the flat in horse racing. So this horse, I thought, had not a bad chance in this race tomorrow. Also as well, he's still only 3 years old, so he'll get the 3-year-old allowance as well, which means he'll be receiving quite a bit of weight from a lot of his competitors, and also as well, he's a previous course winner at Newbury, so I thought he had a good chance tomorrow, especially from the each way angle, and that's going to be our first selection in the 255 at Newbury to kick us off. We then stay at Newbury to the 4 o'clock, and we go for a horse here called Dream of Dreams, trained by Sir Michael Stout, and Ryan Moore will be taking the ride tomorrow. Ryan Moore's been in pretty good form recently. I've been impressed with him a little bit more of late. I think he's been riding well, and he's got a good vibe going on at the moment. He last rode this horse last time out, where actually won at Lingfield at 4-1 that day, and it was a nice performance there. So Michael Stout's horses as well tend to improve, and I thought this horse had a very good chance of winning this race tomorrow. It's currently 4-1 with bookmakers at the moment, and because they upped it in trip last time to 7 furlongs, it definitely seemed to be a plus point for this horse. It's running over the same trip again tomorrow, and I think possibly they found this horse's niche, upping it up in trip. So I'm hoping for a good run tomorrow, and he also liked the conditions as well. He tends to like maybe a little bit of cut in the ground, and it might be on the softer side of good tomorrow. So it'd be interesting to see how this horse does. But I thought he could be potentially one of the likely winners, and will probably get a good ride tomorrow with Ryan aboard. So that's going to be my selection there tomorrow in 4 o'clock at Newbury. We then go on to the all-weather, kicking off at Newcastle for our third selection, and we go to their first race then, the 5:45, which actually is going to be my nap for tomorrow. It's a horse called Chocolate Box, which is trained by Luca, and Luke Morris will take the ride tomorrow. This horse, last time, absolutely breezed up Chelmsford, being miles ahead of the third place horse. 2 horses in that race went miles clear. It was Chocolate Box and Renfrew Street. I think they were about 8 or 9 lengths clear. Could have even been more at Chelmsford last time. And it probably could follow up easily tomorrow, because the handicapper, even though he has whacked it up £7 tomorrow, I still think this horse could be potentially unexposed by the handicapper, because this horse actually beat horses by miles that are actually rated than its higher mark, or its new current revised mark of 80. He beat some horses that were rated in the mid 80s and high 80s. So if that is true and he still hasn't been found out yet, I thought had a very good chance, currently at 5-1 with bookmakers tomorrow, and that definitely, in my opinion, makes him worthy of a good each way bet there. So that would be my nap for tomorrow if you had to press me for a nap. Chocolate Box in the 5:45 at Newcastle. We then go over to Dundalk on the all-weather, like I said, over in Ireland, and we actually go to the 8 o'clock here. Now we're going for a bit of a course specialist here. He's a bit of a longer odds price, and he will be our Longshot tomorrow. It's the horse called Ligeti, which is trained by Aidan O'Brien's son, Joseph O'Brien, and Sean Corby will take the ride in this race tomorrow. Now, like I said, he is a bit of a course specialist, this horse Ligeti. He's 2 wins out of 6 starts here, and on those other runs he's actually finished in second place 3 times. So he's been in the first 2 5 times out of the 6 times he's raced at Dundalk. So I thought this horse could have a very good chance tomorrow of making the frame at currently 12-1, which I thought was a good each way price. Also as well, he hasn't been running that great recently on the turf. He's been running okay, but I thought maybe he's a bit of an all-weather specialist, and maybe a return back to the all-weather is exactly what he needs, and I thought that could rejuvenate this horse. So that's going to be my long shot for tomorrow, Ligeti in the 8 o'clock at Dundalk. I thought he had a very good chance of running a good race tomorrow. So that's my selections there for what I think will run well tomorrow if you wanted to make up an each way Lucky 15. So like I said, hopefully we'll have a good day tomorrow. If you don't already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel here at LuckyLoads15. You can also check us out on Twitter at the same, LuckyLoads15 as well. We're quite active on there. We'll probably end up putting something that we recently started called the Load a Lot, a few horses away from our each way Lucky 15 that might be worth having a each way punt at, or a single or a double, various formats of bets. We did a double actually today, but even though we didn't film it, but we had been giving you a few times before then about 2 or 3 horses that might be worth doing an each way bet. So check us out there. That'll probably be uploaded towards the latter end of the morning tomorrow. So hopefully that will provide us with some winners as well. So check us out on social media on Twitter. Also as well, you can check out our Facebook page, like us over there, but like I've mentioned many times before on the channel, we're not as active over there, so Twitter is probably the best place to follow us on social media. Also as well, gamble responsibly. Hope you don't lose too much money with my predictions tomorrow. And yeah, that's all I've got to say really. So hopefully we'll have a good day tomorrow. Hopefully we can have some winners, and we'll be seeing you soon.